Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings be unto the hopeful elect. So real quick, pretty much what I'm going to go through is, the topic of how the so-called white man's heaven is the nation of Israel's hell, man. Esau's heaven is Jacob's hell, you see? And this is pretty much coming from, having to wake up every day at 5 o'clock, just to come back home, at 7, and then do it all over again, which is hell, man. It's like, you cannot catch a break, and to be honest, who's really benefiting off of me waking up in the morning, coming back home at 7, man? Esau is the so-called white man, you see, because Jake is pretty much, working, we working our asses off, so Esau could live sumptuously, man. You see, which is why our hell is their heaven, man, because they're eating off of our labor. You see, this is Luke 16:19, and it says, there was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every day, which the rich men represent Esau, starting with the elite, the dukes of Edom. You see, verse 20, and there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores. And that Lazarus represents the children of Israel, man, Jacob. And full of sores, being full of sores represents the hell, that Jake is catching, because of the curses, man. You see, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores, man. And the crumbs represents, Jake crying for rights, Jake crying for equality, crying for some kind of relief in the so-called white man's kingdom, man. Let's say Jake don't make certain amount that Esau makes, because Esau getting paid in his kingdom, man. Esau will live in sumptuously again. Even the lower level Edomites living good, you see. But Jake is crying to be at that level. You see, that's them crying for crumbs at the white man's table, man. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores, and the dogs represent, these different heathen nations that are capitalizing off of our hell, man, off of our misery. Because of we're under the curses, we're under the bottom. These different heathens, these dogs are making money off of us, man, off of our labor, or off of our captivity. You see, for example, you got Moab in them Chinese stores in the hood. You got Ishmael, and there was a gas station in the hood, man. I can tell you, damn near every gas station that I go to, it's an Ishmaelite in there. You got Elam in those beauty shops, where Eve go to get her monthly bundle, put that fake hair on her head, which is a curse also. You see, so that's these heathen nations licking our sores, man. Capitalize, they're eating off of our misery, man. You see, and it says, and it came, verse 22, and it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried. And in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. You see, and that word hell doesn't mean a place where you go and burn forever. Because these Christians like to use these parables, which they have no understanding of, to benefit their wicked religion, man. That plantation Christianity. Matter of fact, we're going to deal with that word hell right here. It says, hell, any place of pain and turmoil. And the place of our pain and turmoil is here in the midst of America, Babylon the Great, okay? We ain't catching nothing but hell in Babylon the Great. That's why we need Yahushua to come back, deliver us, Lord willing, and, destroy this damn place, man. There's another definition for hell. It says a cause of difficulty and suffering. You see, in our cause of difficulty and suffering is, first and foremost, the curses, but also Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, which is purposely doing all this to keep us on the down, man, to keep us low, so he can benefit, off of our captivity, man. Because again, how did America become great? America became great off of the labor of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Verse then Salakia. This the third one say noisy and unrestrained mischief, but the two best definitions over here, the best definition is the first one, which is any place of pain and turmoil, showing you that hell is not, a place where you burn forever, man. You see? So when it says right here, and in hell he lift up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom, that's talking about, in the kingdom of Israel, all right, when things get switched back to normal, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua flip the script, so to speak. All right, Esau, the so-called white man / so-called white people, they're going to be in captivity. You see, they're going to be in that bad condition. As we are right now, we're in captivity. We're catching hell under Esau. But when the Lord, raises Israel up, all right, guess who's going into captivity? The Edomites, man. And in hell he lift up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom, which is, that covenant that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua made with Abraham, all right, Israel, because when you go back to the book of Genesis, the Lord also, the Lord told Abraham that he's going to make a covenant with his seed forever, man. You see? So pretty much, Israel is going to be on Abraham's bosom, meaning into that covenant, which is the kingdom of heaven, and the rest of the blessing that come with that covenant, you see? Verse 24, and he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame. You see, when the so-called white man and the so-called white people, these Edomites, when they go into captivity, they're going to be asking for mercy, or they're going to be begging and crying for mercy. You see, the scriptures say, roughly paraphrasing, him that showed no mercy shall receive no mercy, man. All right, so when the kingdom of heaven, that time come, all right, Israel going to be in the kingdom, in their kingdom, and Esau, the Edomites, so-called white people, going to be in their hell, all right, being tormented by that flame, in their hell, captivity, see, slavery, all right, bad condition, and they're going to be crying to Israel for some kind of relief, begging Israel to help them out. Hell no. You see, Esau is going to go through double of what he put us through, especially those so-called elite bankers, all right. They're about to go from the top to the bottom. They're going to be begging Yasha Allah, or the nation of Israel, for help. Or they're going to be begging for relief. Have mercy on us. That's not going to happen, man. All right. Verse 25, it says, But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things, but now he is comforted, and thou art tormented. You see? Because this is Esau's lifetime right here in America, or here in this current age. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. You see? So Esau's world is getting ready to end, and Jacob's world is getting ready to begin, man. Which when Jacob's world begin, this is going to be the end of Esau's lavish living, Esau's world. You see? But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things. See, Esau is receiving his good things. They're living sumptuously right now. They're living good. You see? And likewise Lazarus evil things, because the children of Israel are receiving evil things, man, and catching nothing but hell. We ain't living good at all. But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented. And in the kingdom of heaven, when the Edomites go into captivity, when the Edomites and these other nations go into slavery, they're going to be in hell. But first and foremost, Esau, he's going to be in his hell, all right, in slavery. Nothing but slavery. Double. You see? This is to prove, I want to prove that we are in hell right now, all right? This is Psalms 23:4. It says, Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, or that valley of the shadow of death is talking about America, man. Okay? And you can go to the book of Ezekiel 37 to find out what that valley is. Matter of fact, let's go to that right now, and I'll go back to Psalms 23. It's Psalms 37 and verse 1, and I'm only going to go there. The hand of the Lord was upon me, and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord, and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones. And those bones represents the nation of Israel being on that dead state. All right, not knowing who you are, or not knowing who your power is, you're pretty much in a dead state. Verse 2, and caused me to pass by them round about, and behold, there was very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. And that open valley here is here in America, where our people are bugged out, don't know what's going on. They're calling themselves black, all right, calling themselves Latinos, Native Americans. All right, that's here in America. So that valley represents America. So when it says, Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. You see, therefore our hell, all right, here in America is a valley of shadow of death, and we're only being comforted by these scriptures, man. These scriptures when we read that, our captivity is almost over, Esau is coming down. That's what comforts us, man. You see, if it wasn't for these scriptures, if it wasn't for, Yahweh Shem Yahushua or keeping that promise that he made to our forefathers, we might have not had hope, man. You see, as a matter of fact, in the same chapter it says this, man. You see, it says, matter of fact, let's see. Yep, here it is right here. It says, what the Lord pretty much said, let me find that real quick. Well, the Lord pretty much told Ezekiel, that, he's going to bring us back together. It might not be this chapter. Yeah, here it is, Salakia. Call all Yahweh Shem Yahushua. This is it. Ezekiel 37:11 says, Then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say, our bones are dried and our hope is lost. We are cut off for our parts. All right, so pretty much, our people, the sentiment of our people in the midst of this hell, all right, is that we have no hope. All right, what are we going to do? Well, pretty much Yahweh Shem Yahushua is getting ready to move. He's getting ready to gather his people, man. Save his elect. You see? So that shows you that, our hell is not going to continue forever, man. This is Psalms 83 and 3. It says, They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance, man. You see, and part of, us being in hell is them trying to cut us off as a people, man. They tried everything, such as putting labels on us, Black, Latino, Native Americans, and constantly putting hell on us, so that you see Esau put all this hell on us, so that we look for, a solution instead of, the solution, or so that we would go for anything instead of the solution, which is the scriptures, man. All right. And I want to go into that to show you that, these different nations are, have tried to cut us off from tried to cut Israel off from being a nation, man. But if it wasn't for the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, it would have been lost, man. All right. And call all Yahweh Shem Yahushua that, we still here, man. You see? This is Isaiah 10:20, and it says, And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. You see? Because when it really comes down to it, the Lord is going to gather his people, the remnant, the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, and take them out of that hell. By his right hand, who is Yahweh Shai, man. You see, the remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. You see, so at the end of the day, Esau's heaven is our hell. But when we get into the kingdom, our heaven, our kingdom, our rulership, Yahweh Shai's rulership, and then, the nation of Israel being joint heirs is going to be Esau, the so-called white man's hell. You see, and that's getting ready to happen real soon, man. This is what we're waiting for, man. All right, Zephaniah 3:8 says, Wait ye upon me until I rise up to the prey, man. Because pretty much we're waiting on Yahweh Shem Yahushua to rise up against these heathens, so that he can, abase them, so to speak, man, and exalt Israel. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. All right, which is that great and dreadful day of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You see? So, with that, Lord willing, this is edifying to the hopeful elect. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua, by Shem Kakodash. Until next time, I say Shalom.